Hello dear YouTuber friends, and I hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video. This is a review of the PU Air Career Minimized Overhead Panel that works with all your favourite flight sims, Flight Sim 2020, Flight Sim 2024, X-Plane 11 and 12, a feature-packed overhead panel that's incredibly well built and works surprisingly well and is reasonably priced as well. In this video I'm going to give you an overview of the panel, talk about its pricing, where you can get it from and how to get it up and running in your favourite flight sims. Then I'll also give you a demonstration of how the panel works in Flight Sim 2020 and Flight Sim 2024 as well. Then I'll come back and give you my recommendations. So let's not dilly-dally. Let's get on with this video. Okay, let me give you an overview of the product, what you get, the cost and packaging before I show it working in Flight Sim 2024. So it's a minimized overhead panel. As you can see there, PU Air Career. If you hear a cat in the background, don't worry, she just wants a bit of company, which is fine. Costs $99, and I'm going to link the relevant website down below. When you think about it, that's pretty much the same cost as something like the Logitech panels. Let's say the Logitech Switch panel, which has been out for a number of years. This is handcrafted stuff. Now, it's actually quite a substantial unit. I'm picking it up with one hand, but there's a bit of weight to it. Apparently, like I said, these are handcrafted units, which is great to see. You've got all metal switches. The sound on this part, people, I'm recording straight from my camera, so do forgive the sound quality, but you can pick up on the tactile switches there. All metal. They have a real satisfying click and clunk to them, which is great to hear. See all kinds of switches, and I'll go into more detail of what the switches do later. Compatible with Flight Sim 2020, Flight Sim 2024, X-Plane 11 and 12. So it's up to you where you want to use this. A couple of switches here which are apparently unassigned, so you can assign them to something. And if we come over to this part, you've got a couple of rotary knobs which you can assign, probably good for panel lighting or whatever you want. They are notched, so when you turn them, they have a notched turn, which is nice as well. And they have a nice feel to them too. Comes in a nondescript box, as you can see there. Well wrapped. I mean, this is the bubble wrapped it came in. That was wrapped around it 3 or 4 times. Nothing was going to damage that. Well wrapped. No nonsense box. Just came in a simple box. Bubble wrap. All very nicely packaged. I won't show you in this video, but you can even unscrew the unit. There's a few screws on both sides. And it comes with protective film. I kept the top one on. You can see there, it's not dirty, it's just a protective film on top. I'll take that off later. I just wanted to show you that part first. And you take that off, and you'll get a similar shine and sheen, as you can see on this part too. You also get these little covers. Now I think these are optional, so you pay $100 in effect for this panel. And you pay a little bit extra, I think something like $8 for these little covers. And I was wondering what these are. These go over the top. Let's see if I can do this through the camera. There you go. And I'll put more of these on later to show you the effects. So they'll go on each switch and that gives it a real authentic feel and look. When you get the rest of these on, as you can see, you get various different reds and whites. I have to mix and match and put them on there. I'm just very impressed with the product feel and finish to it. And of course, the idea is that if you've got your own cockpit, there's a cat just scratching in her cat box. Sorry, Puss, I didn't mean to watch you go on a toilet. Now she's disappeared, never mind. You mount this to your own solution. So whatever you want it. I'm thinking for myself, I want to build a cockpit. Probably get some 3M Velcro tabs. Stick them down somewhere, and this is something I can really feel myself using, especially when I'm in airliners. Oh, there you go. I'll link the various product links down below in the description. Let's get this set up in Flight Sim 2024 and take it for a test run. So actually, just before I jump into Flight Sim, which I've got actually up and running in the background at the moment, as you can possibly hear, I've got to explain, I feel, the how to get this up and running. This is the website I'm linking down below. So this is the PU Air Career website where you can buy it from. As you can see, just under $100, so nicely priced. What you will do though, scroll down the page, if you do get this, and you'll find something called installation. There we go. We'll click on that, and that will take us to this page. You want to download the PU Connect from Microsoft Flight Sim. I've got it downloaded. I've actually got it running in the background there. And what you also want to do is download the WASM file. What it tells you to do, this one, it will come in a zip form, the WASM file. You would unzip it and put it straight into your community folder in both Flight Sim 2020 and Flight Sim 2024, depending which one you're using. We're just concentrating on Flight Sim on this video. So, 2 files to download. The top one here, which will be this sort of main program, PU Connect, which I have running in the background. And keep in mind, it will only work on PC. And the PU Connect WASM file, which you want to extract once you've downloaded that. So basically, you just click on it, and you'll see it's downloaded. It's downloaded as a zip. I've got it downloaded and installed already. Extract the zip file and put the extracted file in your community folder. Not going to go into a deep explanation of where the community folder is. This could be a 20-minute section otherwise. But if you go to our Discord, if you can't find your community folder for whatever reason, we'll be able to help you there. Actually, in Discord, in one of the channels, Hudson Controller Setups or something of that sort, you'll see that I put the path to the Flight Sim 2024 Steam and Store community locations for Flight Sim 2024. So that's how you get it. It's not just plug and play. You do have to have the program running in the background, and you have to have the WASM module unzipped, extracted, and put into your community folder. Let me now take you to a demonstration of how this panel works with Flight Sim 2020 and Flight Sim 2024. Okay, let me give you a demonstration of how the panel works in Microsoft Flight Sim. Now, for my first part of the test, I'm doing this in Flight Sim 2020. There's a reason why, and I'll show you Flight Sim 2024 in just a moment, but the source of nose light and beacon light seems to be permanently on, even if you switch it off inside the aircraft in Flight Sim 2024. I'll get to that part in a moment. This gives you a very good demonstration though, Flight Sim 2020. Let's jump back in internal, and I'll get the panel in focus before I hit record on my camera. There you go. So you can see the panel in front of me there. Watch this bank of lights. and seat belts later, and these anti-ice as well later. So all this part, because these are the ones that will be affected. Let's just move the mouse so that doesn't confuse things. Let's try strobe. Watch the strobe light. Yep. Turns on straight away, doesn't it? Beacon. Yep. Wing. Fantastic. Nav. And logo. Absolutely fine. Turn logo off. Turn nav off. Runway. Landing lights. Big one. Taxi lights. Be your nose lights kind of thing. What taxi lights? Seatbelts. Works fine. No smoking. Works absolutely fine. What's the anti-ice now? Anti-ice. Wing. Engine. And these all work by default in the A320neo version 2. That's a default aircraft as well at the moment, isn't it? Window will be somewhere else, but Probe Heat all works fine. Just by copying the WASM file into your community folder as I showed you before. And I've just got the program running in the background. Let's just get external. Show you the landing lights, shall we? Landing lights come on. They come from the back of the aircraft in a moment to give you full landing lights. There we go. Isn't that neat? And we'll just turn that off. Thank you. Let's turn on the beacon lights. There you can see the beacon lights turning on at the back. How about logo lights at the back of the aircraft? Watch the back of the aircraft. Logo lights on. Now to turn these off fully, if I turn that off, it won't turn off. Turn on nav. Turn off the logo and turn off nav. That's the way it seems to interact inside the aircraft as well. So as you can see, let's just turn on those landing lights again. All the lights seem to work fine. How about the wing lights? Yeah, you can see the wing lights turned on at the side of the aircraft as well. It all works fine. Let me just quickly give you a demonstration of this in Flight Sim 2024 as well. Okay, so now I'm in Flight Sim 2024. This is what I mean about this sort of nose light here. It stays on in Flight Sim 2024. Does anybody know how to turn that off? Inside the cockpit, I've got everything turned off externally, so nose light off. Yeah, externally rather, it seems to stay on. And I believe the beacon light's on as well, even though I've got that turned off internally. So I don't know, I think that's just a 2024 thing. What I'll do though is just move the camera that way so that doesn't distract. So when we come back out, let's go back inside the cockpit. Give you a demonstration just to show you these work as well. So start the camera. There we go, you can see the panel. So again, concentrating on the banker buttons. Strobe. See, it's all working fine. Beacon. All fine. We'll go through them all. Wing. And nav. Just to show you, where's the nav? Oh, there it is. There we go. Landing lights. So all the buttons will work like Flight Sim 2020, as I showed you with Flight Sim 2020. Seatbelts, no smoking. No problem. Anti-ice, watch the anti-ice panel now. Wing. Engine. And probe. And even externally, let's just show you quickly. Just do the landing lights, for example. Watch the lights come from here to here. No problem. Turn on the logo. Look at the back of the aircraft, the tail. Yeah, you can see the logo lights turned on. Turn on nav. Turn off logo. Turn off nav. That turns off. Turn off the landing lights. But I can't seem to turn on and off the nose light for whatever that taxi light. Doesn't seem... This light seems permanently on. But aside from that, all the other lights work. I think that's probably a Flight Sim 2024 thing which will need fixing. I did talk about these buttons here. Let me just reset my cockpit view. I've actually bound that in the sim to turn on and off all lights. There you go. Turning all lights on, including all external lights, as you can see. press that button again, it will turn all lights off. If we go back in the cockpit, maybe show you that view there. There you go. So that's just an example of binding that button that was unbound by default. Okay, let me take you to my recommendations for this Minimised Overhead Panel. So, conclusion recommendations for the PU Air Korea Minimised Overhead Panel, PMO for short. Recommendation from me, people. Look, when you think of the cost, $100, it's around the same price as the Logitech, as the old Logitech switch panel. If you're a panel builder that you want to replicate many of the lights, including the locations of them for your airliners, and as you can see, it works fine in Microsoft Flight Sim, and then no doubt in X-Plane as well. You want to jump at this. Solidly built, really well built, apparently handcrafted as well. Love the way all these lights up and the way all these interact. I could see myself using it. I really want to build myself a cockpit, and this is definitely going to be part of it. As long as you got the WASM files installed in your community folder, and I believe the program running in the background, keep in mind it will only run on PC. A lot of these switches will work by default in many of the default and paid aircraft. Go and look at the website for the included aircraft that it supports. It supports a whole lot of them. Certainly the airliners, as you would expect. So for the price and quality of this one, I really don't think you can go wrong. And I've got to say bravo to PU Air Korea for this. Really came out of the blue. So there you go, people, that's my review of it. Let me know your thoughts, give the video a like if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon.